Protests continuing this week over the police killing of Jayland Walker after police fired 60 rounds. It's another police fatality and a trend that continues at the same rate since those 2020 protests over the police killing of George Floyd, just as that incident followed many, many others across American history, like the 2014 police killing of Eric Garner, an unarmed man who was killed in a controversial NYPD chokehold, which eerily echoed a police chokehold killing that was depicted in the 1989 film Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. That film showed tensions in one Brooklyn neighborhood over a hot summer day. The Oscar-nominated movie seemed to reflect and predict America's continued policing and racial problems. It was art in pursuit of truth and maybe change, just as the soundtrack's original Public Enemy song, Fight the Power, which you probably remember, has become such an iconic protest anthem, remaining relevant today. Well, the music outlet Complex invited me to discuss some of the top protest anthems across all of hip-hop, along with music journalist Brian B. Miller. Well, of course, that song did come up, and we want to share with you right now a little bit of what we talked about, airing here on The Beat for the first time.
It's one of the most iconic protest songs of any genre, period.
Absolutely. You go back and look at Public Enemy, they're in the streets, they have the signs, Flavor Flav is Flavor Flaving. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant anything to me.
When you look at where it's playing, it's a lot of cities with police still killing innocent people, overwhelmingly black and brown people. We have the data. That song is for not just Trump or Trump-like conservative candidates. It's for who's in power. Oh, this new mayor said it'd be different, but the rate is the same. And that, I think, applies as an anthem in a way that's different than something that, as you said, has an expiration date.
All right, well, Fight the Power. That's going on to the final round.
Fight the Power. Protesters playing that song to challenge oppression, racism, and, as I mentioned, politicians in both parties. Then there are some anthems that focus on one target, like a iconic track by YG and the late Nipsey Hussle, which bluntly reacted to Donald Trump when he first ran for president and was sung by protesters for years. That's clearly how some people felt. The song is called F Donald Trump, and as an anthem that has come up over and over for so many people in politics, it came up in this discussion that we had about political music.
FDT is the most important contemporaneous rebuke of Trump. The song went back on the charts when he lost.
Right, it did.
And the Nipsey verse on it, I'm from a place where you probably can't go.
Right.
There's some steam building, and it's probably about to blow.
That's a fact.
And then they said our beef is not racial. Our beef is with Donald Trump because of what he stands for. And there's a bar in there about white people like my next of kin, which really harkens back to a lot of the promise of hip hop, which is if we share respect, if we actually fix the world around us, then race doesn't have to be the dividing line that they want to make it.
Right.
So to me, FDT is just super important that way.
Sometimes a song really does capture how people feel better than anything. We wanted to share that there. Shout out to Complex and Brian B. Miller, who you saw on camera. He's actually also been a guest on The Beat, because that discussion really reflects something important, we think, not only in politics and news, but really in how we see the world. And I want to share with you, you can look it up, the full discussion there of protest music by searching Melber Complex on YouTube. Search Melber Complex in YouTube, and you can find the entire interview with Mr. Miller. If you're looking for me, you can always connect with me at arimelber.com. That's arimelber.com, the best way to find me. If you want to say anything on social media as we go into the weekend, well, tell us any songs we missed or your favorite protest anthem at Ari Melber on any social media service. At Ari Melber, you can tell me what is the most important protest anthem in America, in your life, or one that's made you want to shout along, just like we showed FDT.